Child star. The term brings up both fond memories of favorite TV shows from your past and a cringeworthy expectation of exploitation, self-destruction, and financial ruin. While some child stars go on to live perfectly normal lives, and some even continue their fame and success into their adult years, others seem to have lives that spin completely out of control or try desperately to hang on to bygone fame and fortune. Welcome to this episode of The Infographic Show, 8 child stars who went completely broke. Number 8, Dustin Diamond. Dustin Diamond is best known for his iconic role as Screech in the hit 80s and 90s TV show Saved by the Bell, which followed the fictional lives of a group of high school teenage friends living in sunny California. But Dustin actually got his start playing Screech in 1988 on the Disney Channel's Good Morning Miss Bliss, a short-lived TV show that was eventually canceled. Upon cancellation, however, several of the characters, including Screech, were transplanted to high school and helped bring the new sitcom Saved by the Bell to life. It was there that Dustin reached his zenith of fame as audiences fell in love with the goofy oddball but lovable Screech. Sadly, Saved by the Bell was ultimately canceled after 5 seasons, though Diamond would go on to star in various TV movies and a 1993 spin-off, Saved by the Bell: The College Years, which only ran for 1 season. Reappearing as Screech, again in Saved by the Bell: The New Class, Diamond relived the role one final time. Though it lasted for 7 years, New Class never achieved the popularity of the original show. After his Bell years, Dustin seemed to flounder a bit. In 2001, he released an instructional video, Dustin Diamond Teaches Chess, and played bass with the alt-metal group Salty the Pocket Knife. He also returned to TV across a number of reality TV or game shows such as Celebrity Boxing, The Weakest Link, and Hollywood Squares, but for the most part, worked as a stand-up comedian. Sadly, Diamond's greatest claim to fame came from his appearance in a 2006 sex video, which he initially protested, but then struck a deal with the distributor for a share of the profits. Allegations from the broker of the deal arose later that Diamond had intended the video to be released all along, and that he may have used a body double. That same year, he filed for bankruptcy and started selling t-shirts for $15 a piece after receiving a foreclosure notice. Diamond's troubles compounded when in 2012, he was named in court documents as a beneficiary of a possible Ponzi scheme, though no charges were filed. In 2014, he was then arrested for stabbing a man in a fight in a bar, though he would only be charged with a few months in prison and rearrested for violating his probation. Number 7, Edward Furlong. Born on August 2, 1977, Edward Furlong is best known for his role as the young John Connor in Terminator 2: Judgment Day. But Furlong's life was troubled from the start, with his parents divorcing shortly after his birth and being adopted by his aunt and uncle. Doing his best to stay out of trouble, sometimes unsuccessfully so, teenage Furlong was spotted by casting director Mali Finn when he came to the Pasadena Boys and Girls Club looking for young faces for the part of John Connor in Terminator 2. Spotting Furlong, he invited him to audition despite the fact that Furlong had never considered acting before in his life. Despite his inexperience, Furlong skyrocketed to fame, winning a Saturn Award for Best Young Actor and an MTV Movie Award for Best Breakthrough Role for his performance. Joining Hollywood heavyweights like Meryl Streep, Liam Neeson, and Jeff Bridges, Furlong appeared in hits like Before and After, Little Odessa, American Heart, and Pet Sematary 2. He also appeared in Aerosmith's Living on the Edge music video, but true to the song's title, Furlong quickly began himself living on the edge. Striking up a romantic relationship with his 29-year-old tutor Jacqueline Domack at age 15, Furlong emancipated from his aunt and uncle, who deeply disapproved of the couple for obvious reasons. He quickly moved in with Domack and started down a path of drug addiction and alcohol use. Calling off his engagement to Domack in 1998, she accused him of physical and verbal abuse before suing him for payment, arguing that it was her talents and not his that had garnered him all his critical film roles. As personal drama overshadowed his life, Hollywood quickly quit calling on Furlong. Since then, Furlong has attempted to keep afloat a floundering career by appearing in small roles across a variety of films and TV shows, yet success continues to elude him. Battling legal and addiction issues, Furlong became sober in 2006, the same year he married actress Rachel Bella and welcomed his son to the world. Furlong's lifelong struggles with normalcy may not be too surprising to him, however, as he admitted once that I never thought I'd reach 21. Number 6, Erin Moran. Born in 1960, Erin Moran rose to fame in the 70s for her role Joni Cunningham in the successful sitcom Happy Days, even earning her own spin-off, Joni Loves Chachi. Getting an early start in show business thanks to a family friend who encouraged her to audition for a child agent, Moran appeared in a commercial for First National Bank at age 5 and made her feature film debut in the comedy How Sweet It Is. That same year, she started appearing regularly on television, playing the orphaned Jenny Jones on the final season season of Daktari. She would go on to appear in several TV movies and popular programs such as My Three Sons, Family Affair, and Gunsmoke. In 1974, though she landed the role of Joni Cunningham on Happy Days and played alongside memorable characters such as Henry Winkler's Fonzie. After Happy Days' cancellation, Moran appeared alongside Scott Baio in the spin-off Joni Loves Chachi, which, while initially successful, only lasted for 17 episodes. Moran continued to appear on TV shows such as The Love Boat and Murder, She Wrote, but struggled to find quality roles. Leaving TV behind, she married Rocky Ferguson in 1987, but divorcing him in 1993, she remarried to Stephen Fleischman, a Walmart employee. Despite finding small recurring roles or appearances across television and theater, Moran never rekindled her career and lost her California home to foreclosure in 2010. She then moved to a trailer in Indiana to care for her mother-in-law and enjoyed a windfall in 2012 via settlement with CBS over merchandising claims for Happy Days. However, Moran was reported to have moved out of the trailer that same year, and various accounts reported that she was homeless or living out of hotels as she battled substance abuse problems. On April 23, 2017, Moran was found dead at a trailer park in Corydon, Indiana, likely from the complications of stage 4 cancer. Number 5. Jamie Foxworth. Born on December 17, 1979, Jamie Foxworth appeared on the popular TV sitcom Family Matters as Judy Winslow. Prior to that, though, she had started modeling at the age of 5 and appeared in several national television advertisements before earning her role on the TV sitcom. Due to the low popularity of the character, the introduction of the much more popular Steve Urkel, and budget cuts, Foxworth's scenes were continuously reduced significantly until finally she was written off the show altogether. Although some sources speculate that it was Foxworth's parents constantly demanding more money that ultimately led to the decision to write her off. Whatever the cause, Foxworth found herself without a role, and the fictitious Winslow family would go on to acknowledge only 2 children, Eddie and Laura Winslow. With acting work drying up, she formed a short-lived musical group, SHE, with her 2 sisters, but found little success. Battling substance abuse and depression, Foxworth entered the porn industry and appeared in several titles under the name Crave, banking on her status as a former child star. Growing sick of the work, she eventually quit the business and is today raising a son. Number 4. Dylan Sprouse. Known for his role in Disney Channel's The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Dylan Sprouse was born on August 4, 1992 in Arezzo, Italy. Moving back to their parents' native home of Long Beach, California, Sprouse started his acting career in 1993 alongside his twin brother Cole, as the two shared the role of Patrick Kelly in Grace Under Fire until 1998. Sprouse and his twin brother would both continue to share roles in film and TV, playing the same character for several years, appearing in movies such as Big Daddy, The Astronaut's Wife, 8 Crazy Nights, and Snow Buddies. In 2005, however, he landed his biggest role as Zach Martin in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which ran until 2008, until a spin-off, The Sweet Life on Deck, which ran until 2011. After the cancellation of Sweet Life on Deck, though, Sprouse had difficulty landing further roles and mostly appeared in minor roles across TV and film. Today, Sprouse has opened his own meadery in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and seems to be mostly out of the entertainment industry, despite a recent appearance in Camila Cabello's music video for Consequences. Number 3. William Ames. Known for the role of Tommy Bradford on the TV series Enough is Enough in the 70s, Ames was born on July 15, 1960. He began his career as an actor in the late 60s, appearing in shows like The Wonderful World of Disney, Gunsmoke, and Adam 12. In 1976, he landed the role of Tommy Bradford in the comedy drama Enough is Enough, and was even in a band called Willie Ames and Paradise as lead singer and guitarist. The group signed a recording contract with CBS Custom Label as Ames's acting career seemed to flourish, appearing in his first film role in Scavenger Hunt. Despite making an average of $1 million a year during his time on 8 is Enough, Ames quickly found himself out of work and with no financial plan in place, completely broke. Virtually homeless, he stayed with friends when he could, but often slept in parking garages or public parks. In a 2010 interview, Ames says, "I remember laying underneath the bushes thinking, is this how it turns out? Is this how my life really turns out?" Ames eventually turned his life around and, ironically enough, or perhaps because it makes perfect sense, today works as a successful financial advisor. After all, who best to learn how to manage your money from than a man who went from $1 million a year to sleeping in the bushes? Number 2. Danny Bonaducci. Danny Bonaducci is remembered for his role on the beloved family series The Partridge Family. a show about a musically inclined family with Danny as the bass-playing son. Landing the role at age 10, Danny quickly grew a dedicated following and even released a solo album in 1973. Despite his overwhelming success though, trouble stirred at home from an abusive and caustic environment. Actress Shirley Jones, who played Danny's mother on the show, first noticed that Danny was showing up to work with bruises, and her and the other cast members would take him home with them over the weekends to keep him away from his abusive father. After the cancellation of The Partridge Family, Danny's acting prospects began to dry up in the late 70s, and with his money squandered by his family, he was at one point living out of a car and nursing a very serious cocaine habit. In 1985, he was arrested with 50 grams of cocaine in his car, and in 1990, he was found and arrested at a Daytona Beach crack house. Later in 1991, he was arrested for beating up a transvestite prostitute, though the details remain sketchy. Kicking his cocaine habit after 3 times in rehab, he formed a dangerous dependence on alcohol that was documented in the reality TV series Breaking Bonaduce. Since then, he has appeared on several reality TV shows and made somewhat of a successful career for himself as a radio DJ. And finally, number 1, everyone's favorite, Lindsay Lohan. Born on July 2, 1986, Lindsay Lohan is best known for her role in Tina Fey's 2004 Mean Girls and as a pop star who went platinum that same year with her album Speak. Growing up in the wealthy Long Island suburbs of Cold Spring Harbor and Merrick, Lindsay got her start as a child model and commercial actress at the age of 3. With over 60 television spots and 100 print ads for clients such as Toys R Us and Duncan Hines, Lohan landed the role of twin sisters in Disney's 1998 remake of The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap's success landed Lohan more Disney film roles, including the remake of Freaky Friday alongside Jamie Lee Curtis and Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. It was her role in Tina Fey's Mean Girls, however, that turned Lohan into a legitimate star. Launching a music career alongside her film career, Lohan's album Speak went platinum in 2004, though her next album in 2005 didn't fare as well. It was here that Lohan's meteoric rise seemed to begin to plummet. With her lifestyle becoming the subject of tabloid fodder and her father's prison scandals as well as rumors of her struggles with bulimia, Lohan began to see herself receiving a great deal of negative attention that mired her career. On May 26, 2007, she was arrested after crashing her Mercedes-Benz into a tree in Beverly Hills, and later arrested on July 24th after allegedly engaging in a car chase with the mother of her former personal assistant. Both times Lohan was found in possession of small amounts of cocaine, though below the 0.05 grams required for felony charges. With a life spiraling out of control, she was rumored to have borrowed $100,000 from her Scary Movie 5 co-star Charlie Sheen, and today she has mostly dropped out of the spotlight as she runs a club in Mykonos, Greece, with plans to open another in Rhodes. The life of a child star can be filled with a great deal of pressure, and despite potentially earning a great deal of money, there's typically little, if any, planning for the future. As many child stars have discovered, money and fame are both fleeting, though sadly, it can often be an exploitative family or self-destructive behavior that causes the real downfall. So, who's your favorite star from an old TV show you love? Do you remember watching any of the aforementioned stars on TV? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video called 10 Surprisingly High-Paying Jobs. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!